fancy friends, welcome back to another new video, or hi if you're new, welcome to this planty channel. My name is David, and like I said, we do a lot of planty stuff in here, so yeah, welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips on getting our houseplants ready for winter. Now, it is not winter yet, but some of us are getting those cold tempies. Even though it is not winter, it doesn't hurt to get ready for it. Honestly, I'm so ready for the holidays. Like, it's going to be crazy, a little bit sad as well, but it's going to be fun. Alrighty, so now let's talk about windows. The majority of plants do not mind being next to a window in the cold winter months, but there are some plants more delicate than others, like calatheas and ferns, and just a simple glass of it being cold and a leaf touching it can damage the leaves. Now, like I said, some plants are pretty delicate, some are not. For example, the plants that I have right now that you guys are seeing, they're gonna stay the way they are. I might move my aloe possibly because it is a succulent and I'm pretty sure it's not gonna appreciate, you know, feeling that coldness from the window, and as well, like, there might be some cold drafts. Now, these windows are really well insulated, which really shouldn't really happen, but I wouldn't put a calathea, I wouldn't put a fern, I wouldn't put a stramante or a peace lily, anything that prefers high humidity, because it will also drop in humidity near the windows. So if you have some delicate plants, I would pull them away from the window just so they won't fuss. Alrighty, now the next thing I want to talk about is Growlights. Now, honestly, I use Growlights a lot of the times. Not recently, since the sun is changing. Now, the amount of sun that we're getting, but also like the direction the sun is, so it drops a little bit lower, which means I'm getting a lot more light in my apartment, which is so beautiful. I'm super duper happy with. I ended up placing a lot of my plants in the living room because there is just so much direct light coming through, and I think they will enjoy that as well. Because I don't like using grow lights that much, because, like, you know, even though so much, literally all the lights that I have, all the grow lights that I have are LEDs, I still want to be cheap on my light bill. I want to save money and not use so much light. But like I said, there are a lot of different varieties of grow lights. There are like these with like the bendable necks. By the way, these are my favorites. Not sponsored whatsoever. This one not sent to me for free. I actually bought this when I started collecting houseplants. I bought multiple grow lights before, and this, out of all of them, made my plants perform super duper good, and I wish they can like recognize, because like, yeah, I've been like talking about these guys for years, like I think almost already 2 years, but these are really good grow lights, and I'm not gonna stop talking about it, because like, if they work, they work, and I'm gonna tell you guys about it because I know how difficult it can be to find some really good grow lights. But yeah, these guys, really good. Now these are some other grow lights as well. These are like you hang on top, and it's a lot brighter. As y'all can see, there's a lot more surface, I guess you can say, that this is more light. And the thing is, it says on the thing, I was so dumb, I literally touched, when it was plugged in, I touched it, and yeah, don't do that. But these are really good, and both of these grow lights do not have a timer, and I ended up buying these plugs, these guys, and these are like, they're like Wi-Fi or something. Like, you connect it to your outlet, you connect it to your Wi-Fi. These are literally super duper good. You can literally turn off your lights. You plug these guys in, you set them up on your phone on an app, and then you connect it to your Wi-Fi first and all that good jazzy stuff. And then you can set schedules. You can set an amount of time you want it to be turned on. You could be like at Corpus, like in a whole different city, or possibly in a whole different state. And as long as you have Wi-Fi and these have Wi-Fi, you can turn off your lights and turn them off on your phone, which is literally amazing. I had these guys on a schedule, and it was doing so good that I forgot that I had grow lights on. Like, they would just turn on like as like at 8 in the morning, they would turn off at 10 in the night. It was that good, and I'm gonna be setting these guys up later on. But like I said, there's just so much natural light that I rather use natural light as much as I can. And so if there's like a dark spot, then I'll use a grow light. Alrighty, and since the lighting looks super duper good in this little spot, so we're going to be talking about the next thing, humidifiers. Now, you guys, we got a sponsor. Thank you so much to Plantaya for sponsoring today's new video. And basically who they are, they have these really cute, adorable humidifiers. And the reason why you want to have some humidifiers in the winter or even fall, or just in general, because inside in our houses, I think the average is 40 to 30% humidity. Since I have so many plants in my apartment, the average in my apartment is like 60. Sometimes when I water my plants, 70% humidity. But even then, if you don't have that many plants, or if you have some plants that really want a lot of humidity, like I had in the plant room, 80%, sometimes even 90% humidity, my calatheas were thriving. And in the colder times, the humidity is a lot drier, and also we end up using our heaters a lot, which dries out the air, you know, the AC central, which is why you want to get some humidifiers. There's a lot of different sizes. There's big, small, and medium. There's some really, really big ones. I'm using honestly all sizes, but there are some really, really cute ones like this one. Put up some close-ups and the screen for y'all. So these are super duper cute. Like guys, I literally cannot, like, I might actually buy some because like I need more. Like, these are perfect for shelves. These last for 6 to 10 hours. On the 6 hours is like, it's always throwing out mist. And then on the intermediate mode, there will be a couple minutes where it's off and then a couple minutes where it's on, which makes it last a lot longer. But I personally have it on constant because I just love looking at that mist, and I have no problem filling these guys up every now and then. You can see there are some built-in LED lights, which has like a cute little party mode where there is a blue, red, and green flickering around. It's literally super duper cute. And the other one is where all the colors are turned on. I like the other one, which is like the lights are flashing one by one. It looks a lot cuter. I don't know, I think that's super cute. And then also it's quite an eco-friendly. But yeah, honestly, humidifiers are a must on it when you have like a lot of plants, or just when you have 1 or 2 plants. I also love that humidifiers are in the small range because they literally fit in those small little areas. Once again, thank you so much, Plantalia, for sponsoring today's new video. Y'all will be seeing these small adorable humidifiers here and every now and then in my plant collection because they're just super duper cute. I know I say that a lot, but they really, really are. So the next topic that we're going to be talking about is fertilizer. So honestly, I fertilize my plants. As long as I see new growth, it's still gonna get some fertilizer. So even if we're in fall or in winter, and a lot of people say like, do not fertilize your plants in winter. That's because some plants go dormant, which basically means they're like, I guess you can say sleeping. They're not putting any new growth, and they're just chilling and vibing until spring comes in, until those warm temperatures pop up, and a lot more natural sunlight are pulling through our windows. But as long as you're giving like your plants a nice grow light and some warm temps, then it should be doing pretty good. And like I said, like my collection, a lot of them are still growing, which means I'm still going to be fertilizing them. As a matter of fact, like my anthurium literally just blooms right now, and I'm gonna go and show it to y'all right now. It is so cute. Like, look at this beautiful flower. Honestly, the reason why I bought this plant, I always see this in the big box stores, and also like my grocery stores, like in HEB, but I never saw this. Like, the new leaves always pop up like a dark color and then they turn green, which was super duper cute. Like, here's another leaf coming in. This is a leaf or a flower? Oh, it's a flower. But yeah, like, it's still doing really good, and I love it. It's so cute. The flower is stunning though. Do y'all see that? In other words, if you see new growth in your houseplants, feel free to fertilize them. It's up to you. But if you see no growth, do not fertilize it. As a matter of fact, even also in the winter months, which is going to be the next topic, it's watering. So since our plants are not getting enough light, if they're not getting grow lights, and they're going kind of dormant, some of them, they're not going to be drinking a lot of water, which means getting root rot the chances of you getting root rot in your collection is a lot higher in the winter months because the soil is taking a little bit longer to dry out. So I highly recommend a moisture meter unless you know your plant's really good. Like every now, like I personally, like literally have in my collection when it needs water, the leaves are starting to wilt, and that's when I know that it needs water. Now that is getting super close to like underwatering. That's the kind of person that I am, but it helps a lot with fungus gnats, which I literally hate so much. So when you underwater your plants, you're basically stopping that stage of those fungus gnats developing, because it can be super duper annoying, and you hardly ever get root rot because you're literally just watering them when they're like almost bone dry. Now under this my calatheas, I always make sure that my calatheas are always moist, but other than that, that's basically it, you guys, on how I get all of my plants ready for winter and how I care for them during those cold tempies. If you got any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, but that is basically it. Like, hope you guys enjoyed, and once again, thank you so much, Plantalia, for sponsoring today's new video. Sending positive vibes to each and every single one of y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!